Here is grade 7, module 11, lesson 3. Our I can statement is I can accurately apply the formula to find the volume of right prisms. So here we have our very generic, very broad definition for volume. Volume is the area of the base times its height. Okay, so the volume of our base times its height. And this can be used for finding a lot of our shapes that we're going to do today. So here we found the area of our base. We have 3 times 2, 3 times 2. So that would give you volume equals 6 times your height, which is 3. And notice our units here, units cubed, because you were doing, say this was centimeters, centimeters times centimeters times centimeters. So with area, you had base times height, centimeters times centimeters, and you would get centimeters squared. This one, you're going to have centimeters cubed because you're doing it times 3. All right, so we have the volume of a prism here. We find the area of the base, which here, our base is this part right here. The area of our base times our height, which they give us right here, but this is 5 centimeters, or sorry, 5 inches, and this is 5 inches, and then this is also 5 inches. So essentially what they're doing to kind of help you visualize this, you have your area of your base here, and you're just doing kind of like layers of it. And if you were to turn these all into cubes, you'd be adding up all of those layers. So you're taking the area of your base and then multiplying by how many inches up it is. So what we have here is our base is, again, a triangle. So we're doing base equals 1/2 base times height, which is the formula for the area of a triangle. And then we have 6, our base, times our height. And in total, for our highlighted area in the yellow, we have 9 inches squared. Because again, we're just talking area. We're just talking about this shape right here as if it were flat. Now, to find the volume, we need to multiply that bottom triangle by how tall it is. So we're going to do our bottom part here times our height. So 9 inches squared times 5 inches will give you 45 inches, so that's to the first power, 45 inches cubed. So the volume of this prism, if you were to fill it with a whole bunch of little boxes, little cubes, it would be 45 inches cubed. All right, let's give this a shot here. For our first one, we're going to have volume equals our base, our big capital B base, times our height. So volume equals base times height. So our base is that bottom part here. So imagine this goes back. The formula for the area of a rectangle is going to be, so area equals lowercase b times height. 7 times 3 is 21 inches squared. Okay, we're not to cubed yet. So we're going to take that over here, 21 inches squared times our height. So here our height is 4 inches. That's how tall our prism is here. So times 4. Pause the video if you need to, but do that 21 times 4. And then we're going to have inches cubed. So volume equals 84 inches cubed. Okay, so there's our whole answer. Put it in a box or highlight it. 84 inches cubed. All right, our next one. This one's a little tricky because just like our first two, we have to be able to have a base that's the same as it goes up through the object. So let me try and show you here. So here we have our base. That's our rectangle, and as it moves up, or as we do layers, okay, it's the same shape as it goes up. If we use this as our base here, our bottom rectangle here, that shape is not the same as you would do layers. It would get tiny and tiny and tinier. So we have to figure out what our base is. It's going to look a little different. All right, so our base here is going to be on this side. Because this shape, as we get taller, as we go through it, it's going to stay the same. So we're going to find the area of our bottom triangle here. So 1/2 base times height. Our base is 8, and our height is 5. Multiply that out. Always feel free to pause that video if you need to. Good to practice on the side of your paper, a little multiplication. So we have, let's see, 40 times 1/2 will give me 20 centimeters squared. So the area of our base, our capital B, that capital B will be 20 centimeters squared. And then we need to multiply that by our height, which is right here. So as our shape gets taller, it'll be 9 centimeters. And when we multiply these two numbers, again, we end up with centimeters cubed, centimeters squared times centimeters, and 180. Okay, I want you to pause the video and work on these next two problems. When you have the answer to 3 and 4, unpause the video. All right, so we have our answers here are 216 meters cubed, 360 centimeters cubed. This first one here, your base is pretty standard. Area of 8 times 4.5. Watch your decimal. And then you're going to multiply that times your height. For number 4, this one's definitely the more tricky one, or trickier one. This is going to be your base, so 1/2 4 times 9, and then you multiply it by its height, by 20.